Okay, so there's another guy that's not here anymore, but he's a big part of the story. His name is Dale Stanford, and he's my parents. My parents have a place here as well, and he's right next. His place is right next door. Um, nice place. Um, he uh, he had long hair like a ponytail, real long, kind of like Willie Nelson. Always had it in a braid. Um, but he's like I said, he's a big part of this. Um, he's like when I first started coming down here, I didn't have a place down here until a few years after my parents had a place, and I would come down and visit, and they would always talk about the hippie guy next door. They would always talk shit about him, about how you have people over there and have like parties and shit like that, and a lot of drinking and drugs, I think. But so I don't remember exactly how I met him, but I was telling you about how I thought I had a guy trapped under the house one day. It was Dale. It was this Dale guy that was trying to get me to leave with him. So I know he's in on it, and I don't know. I did a few things for him. He I went to do a job up in Lorain County, and I stayed for a couple days. I took Bosco with me. They were nice enough to let me bring Bosco up there with me, and um, so I asked him to feed my other dog and the cats, and he said he'd do it. Um, so I let him. So I gave him a key, and this is kind of funny. One time so he came and he fed the dogs and the dog and the cats, and um, I was concerned about letting him in the house. Honestly, I was. Um, and so I come home and I'm checking over the place because there's been a lot of funny shit happening ever since I've been here. So I'm going over the security footage, and I've got a satellite dish that wasn't being used that I just got, and I don't remember. Like I think Art, the internet guy, had something to do with this. But I was trying to figure out how to build a an antenna out of a satellite dish. I was doing some Google searching, and I saw there was a way to do it. And Art is a tech guy, um, and so I called him up and asked him, if he knew how to do it, if he had any ideas. Um, he didn't. He didn't want to help me, which is cool. But anyways, so I'm going over the security footage when I come back, and um, everything looked okay with what was going on with Dale. Um, I don't know. I still think maybe something funny was going on, but I noticed that there was some guy that came to my place, came onto my property, and took the satellite dish that was that was on the pole, was on my property. And I don't know what the fucking reasoning behind that was. Um, just to fuck with me, maybe, I don't know. But I called Dale, and Dale tried to blame it on I think his name was Bert. He used to have a place, and there's a fucking story behind that. He built some kind of addition that my stepdad was the building inspector, and it looked like shit. It was a fucking eyesore. But um, I know a lot of people in the park were pissed off at my stepdad for the way that he built that. I don't remember what exactly the details of what the issue was. I don't know. It's not a big deal. But um, yeah, so he tried to blame it on Bert, and I think what he wanted me to do was to go down there and chew his ass out and and cause a problem, which I didn't. Um, but there was also, I guess there was, I don't know, this guy, this Dale guy, is also the real estate snitch that I was talking about earlier, where people in the park would make home improvements on their places, like they'd build a deck or something, and then he'd go behind the people's back and call up the auditor's office and snitch on them. So the appraisers would come out and um, revalue their property, and then their property taxes would get raised. And I'm pretty sure he did that to Sharon, the lady that I built the retaining wall for, um, that was across the street from Aaron, Tony's ex, which was another issue, to say the least. Exactly. Um, Also, what else? What else about Dale? We got along. I don't know. We tried to get along. He. I was nice to him, and he was clearly, you know, reading me, trying to milk information out of me. One time, I think he tried to, I think he tried to get me in trouble. He, I don't know. There's a big thing with my fire stick. I think one day he had, I left to go. It was a fucking blizzard, and I left to go to a job in Columbus. Um, I left to go down to Columbus, and it took me like an hour to get nowhere. Basically, the roads were fucking snowed over and everything. And they called. The guy, my boss called me and told me not to bother to come in. I was going to go down there to get my check, I believe, and to talk with him, to have a meeting. But he told me not to bother everybody. It was one of those days where um, nobody came into work. It was that bad. So he told me to turn around and come home. So I I come back and I can tell that somebody was in my home because my receiver was left on. I always shut my receiver off. And I think I talked about this. But yeah, he had somebody come in here and inspect my fire stick. Um, it was I don't know. He just constantly trying to stir up shit and cause problems. Um, I took him out to Fridays one day and out in Mansfield, and I bought him lunch. I don't know. He was on disability. He had a lot of problems with his lungs, um, and at times I thought we really got along, but um, also at the same time I I knew that he was trying to stick it in my ass. Um, he So to repay me, he took me. Oh yeah, this is this is an important fact. So to repay me, he invites me over for dinner. He cooked me dinner. It was sloppy joes and mac and cheese. Um, it was okay with me. It was fine. So as I'm in there, as I'm in his house eating, I can hear like a door shut, and that's when I think somebody put some kind of tracker in my truck, and I think it was Tony. I don't know for sure, but I don't have any reason. I don't have any idea why they would do that. I should have got up and went out and checked, but I didn't. I just I don't understand what the obsession with me is and why somebody would do that. But I think uh, I think when I called I think shortly after that, like that was really bothering me, but I didn't say anything. I was on the verge of suicide, and I called the sheriff's department to come out and search my truck. Um, and I think they did. Um, and I think that's how all this shit got started. Um, because they did it, and it's fucking illegal. Um, n- another thing, another thing with Dale. Dale didn't have a TV. Um, so what I did is I felt bad for him. So I searched on Craigslist and I found a free. I was like a 27-inch TV, um, a TV and a fucking entertainment stand and a Roku device. So we get everything set up. He says he's going to. He says he's strong enough to help me move the TV to get it in the back of my truck. So I go pick him up first thing in the morning. We go over. It was out in Mansfield, I think. Pick up this TV, and it's too fucking big for me to pick up. It is big. Um, so we go to pick up the TV, and he just fucking bails out. He just fucking bails out on me. We had the plan to go over there. He said he could move the fucking TV. He had no intention whatsoever of helping me. He was trying to see if I was strong enough to move that thing because they're trying to prove that um, I'm not there's nothing wrong with me, which is bullshit. Um, because there is. So luckily, the guy that lived there helped me get in the back of the truck. The thing was fucking heavy. I think Dale didn't help one bit. Didn't even attempt to. Didn't even try. He told me he was going to try, and he thought he could do it, and then he just. It was a fucking setup. See, I'm fucking stupid. I'm trying to help this man, and the whole time he's trying to set me up. Because he wants to report me to Social Security disability and say I'm not hurt or something. I I don't know. Um, but like God damn, it's just so much bullshit. Just wherever I go, I'm nice to people, and I'm an idiot. Um, so anyways, he doesn't have so yeah, we get the truck, or we get the TV in the back of the truck. The guy helps or whatever. We go down, pick up the entertainment stand, get the Roku device, go back to his place. Um, he rented a he rented a dolly to get it in the house. We got it over to the steps, and I mean, I fucking tried to do it, but oh no, he didn't rent the dolly. No, he did. What the fuck did we use a dolly for? I don't know. It doesn't fucking matter. But anyways, we had to call. He couldn't fucking help me get it in the truck or get it in the house, so we had to call. He had to call Paul. Paul's the president of this place, and so it took Paul a little while. He came over. He helped me move it in the house. get it all set up. He doesn't have any internet either, but he did have a hotspot. And at that time, I had never used a hotspot. So it took all this time trying to figure out um, how to get the hotspot to work and get everything hooked up. We got him all set up and got him all kinds of apps and stuff to watch. There's all kinds of free apps and shit. So we got him all set up, and I don't really know the point of this, but something else he did, which was fucking very clever of him. It was. There was a property over here of I don't remember the guy's name. I don't care. But they had a bunch of dead trees that needed cut down, and he knows that I burn wood in the wintertime. Um, so here's another example of people pretending to be friendly to you and help you. In in the meantime, they're really trying to hurt you. So his objective in this was to piss off the local tree guy because because I was taking his work from him. When all the while this guy is fucking loaded, he's got so much work, but it created a problem with this fucking Doug Klein. Um, Apparently it fucking bothered him that I went onto this fucking property and cut all these dead trees down. I did it for free. I did it for the wood. Um, just another example of people with money bullying people around. Um, I don't know what the big deal was. I don't know why he would care. Um, but yeah, that was the whole objective. Um, and it's just to hurt me somehow, to make me look like an asshole. Um, so I cut all those trees down, and I got all that wood, and I appreciated it. I did. But I know there's tree guys out there that fucking hate that shit. But hey, you know, I guess I was supposed to charge him. Um, but I was doing them a favor. They were doing me a favor. I didn't see it as a big deal, but it created a problem. Um, what else with this Dale guy? I'll try and be as respectful as possible because he's not here anymore. But he just problem after problem ever since I got here. Um, just I don't know. I'm sure there's more to come with this, but I'm kind of lost right now. So